Now, parent previews. Movie information especially for families. Here's your host, Rod Gustafson.
Movies can be very effective at taking real-world problems and putting them into the public square. But sometimes a movie risks taking an important subject and trivializing it. Even worse, the cause of concern may inadvertently become exploited within the same film. And that's what I fear happens in this week's release, Transporter Refueled. The very important issue of young girls being sold into the sex industry plays the inciting incident at the start of this action thriller. Yet these now adult women who have been working in the sex trade for 15 years become the eye candy in this very male-dominated script.
Got the beautiful suit, the beautiful car, and the beautiful girls. Having to work for a group of intelligent, beautiful women, very new situation for the transporter.
Don't mess this up.
They are absolutely gorgeous. These women are a real match for Frank.
Now drive.
Now, I admit I was never a big fan of the Transporter franchise, but this refueling attempt falls far below the earlier movies starring Jason Statham. Here we have new actor Ed Skrein filling Statham's shoes as protagonist Frank Martin, and a bevy of women who dress in identical outfits as part of the plot. The problem is they also perform like robotic replicants. If Apple's Siri were to star in a movie, this one would be perfect.
Hello?
Is this the transporter?
You probably won't be amazed that Transporter Refueled isn't recommended for family viewing. It is rated PG-13, but it offers higher levels of violence relative to other PG-13 movies. Now, you may be wondering, how did they do that? Well, it appears you can trade one ratings category for another. This film is surprisingly light on profanity and doesn't include that one nasty sexual expletive that is often solely responsible for getting a movie a harsh rating in the US. So while the swearing is less, the punching, kicking, hitting, shooting, stabbing, bombing quotient is all much higher. This movie features on-screen shootings with some blood and detail, along with its many often brutal fight scenes. Of course, the target audience will be attracted to this film for the franchise's history of car chases. Now, in this area, Transporter Refueled does not disappoint. In fact, Frank's Audi S8 is the showpiece of the movie and arguably offers better performance characteristics than any other actors on the screen.
The car's actually a very important character in the movie, and she is beautiful. The first day that I got to drive the car, I think 3 days we shot up there. We had 8 cars and I think we completely broke 2 of them. I remember the stunt drivers were saying, go for it this time, you know? So I did. Looks absolutely perilous because it is absolutely perilous.
Getting back to real-world problems in movies, the other letdown in this script is how often the women are used to bait male interest. Considering the story is hoping to build empathy for their past lives as child sex slaves, it seems sadly ironic the story would use them as frequent objects of sexual interest. Likewise, after our hero and his father, the other quote-unquote good male in this movie, rescue them from their dreary lot, they are more than happy to accept the sexual favors offered to them in return. All of that leaves Transporter Refueled a less than attractive ride. For Parent Previews, I'm Rod Gustafson.